guys, what's going on? Thanks for checking out the channel. Today we're going to do a little shotgun patterning. This is my backup gun. It's actually my son's 870. It's a 20-inch barrel. Got this gun probably 5 or 6 years ago. I haven't shot it much. He did kill one turkey with it the first year he got it, but I've never shot a whole lot of loads through this to kind of pattern it. So today we're going to pattern it out. We're going to use a couple different chokes. We have the 655 ventilator choke, it's called. Done a lot of research before I bought this choke. This is supposed to be one of the better chokes, factory chokes, Remington made. We're going to try it today, and I also have the Carlson Longbeard XR in 660. We're going to try that today. We've got a couple different loads we're going to try out. We have the Longbeard XRs, 3-inch in number 5 and number 6 we're going to shoot, and also the Federal TSS 3-inch number 9s. We're going to try those out. The reason I chose those shells is that is probably the most used, or probably hottest 2 shells on the market right now. Factory loads, not hand load stuff you can buy. You know, there's Apex. Browning has TSS out now. Also, Kent's supposed to have some out. Wasn't able to get any of those today. We're going to try these, see how they work. If they're not very good, we'll go back to the drawing board and see what else we can do. But we're going to shoot these at 20 and 40 yards today through both chokes and see what kind of patterns we get. Like I said, this is my backup gun. For friends that come down, want to go hunting, this is the gun they'll use. I shoot a 835 Mossberg with ATI tactical stock, pistol grip, whole 9 yards, red dot, all that. That's my main turkey gun. I've shot it quite a bit, so I know what shoots good out of it. But this gun here, we're going to see what we can get out of it. I have deep cleaned this barrel, which you can look online. There's a lot of different stuff online about how to deep clean a barrel. What I done was use some, I think it was triple-aught steel wool, a drill, and some penetrating oil, and really clean the barrel out. Like I said, when we got this gun, I don't know what had been done to it, how much had been shot, how well they took care of it. So, you know, I oiled it up, cleaned it up real nice. After I got done, I could see there are some pitting in the barrel, so I may later go back and do a good polish and try to get some of those imperfections out. But we're going to try it like this. We're going to shoot it. I'm going to run a bore snake through it every shot, just to try to keep it as the same, you know, every shot, make it more consistent, you know. We're going to try that. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, you don't see this talked about much unless you're shooting red dots or some kind of scope, but point of aim and point of impact. Now this is a shotgun. This isn't a precision rifle. It's not going to, you know, drill it in there every time. You've got to shoot these guns to see how they shoot. Even changing chokes could make it shoot high, low, left, right. That's why we're out here doing this. We got to find out where this gun shoots. So what we're going to do, we're just going to shoot some low brass, number 7s, at probably 10-15 yards, and see if this gun is hitting point of aim and point of impact is the same, or where it's kind of shooting. This should give us a rough idea. You don't want to be out here shooting these 3-inch Magnum shells, you know, 3 and 4 times a piece, trying to figure out where you're hitting on paper. You want to try to get that dialed in beforehand. That way when you scoot back, you kind of know if you need to adjust your aim. You know, if it's shooting high, you need to hold low, especially for, you know, a 40-yard shot. You know, if you're shooting high, you need to know so you can get it dialed in with just these open sights on where to hit. All right, so let's get started. All right, I don't know if you can see, right here was my aim point. It's pretty well centered, maybe a little to the left here. That was about 15 yards with just some bird shot. So once we put the target up here, we're going to back up to 20. I'm going to hold probably a little to the right just to try to compensate for that and see what we get. Alright guys, one thing I did forget to mention at the beginning, always eyes, ears. You want to protect your hearing, you want to be able to hear those gobblers once you get a little bit older like me. It's a little hard to hear. Always protect yourself. Alright, so next shot's going to be the Winchester Longbeard number 6s out of the Remington Ventilator. This is 20 yards. Let's see what we get. Alright guys, so that was the number 6. I don't know if you can see very well. Longbeard XR at 20 yards. Shot pretty low. I was aiming down towards the bottom of the wattles where the wattles meet the feathers. And to me that still shot a little low. So we may do that again. This time I'll aim a little higher. I did hold to the right, seemed like it centered the pattern up a little better. You can see maybe the sun shining through there. A lot of pellets down low. It still killed him. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the neck. But that's a lot of feathers to try to punch through down lower in that neck area. So I need to bring that up a little bit. So we'll probably try that again. Okay, well, I forgot to run the camera when I shot, but there's your result. Longbeard XR number 6, 1 3/4 at 20 yards. Did no doubt dead bird. I mean, there's a hole blowed through there. Still quite a few on the outer, but not. That's a tight pattern with that 655. That's what a lot of people are getting out of these shells. That's why they're one of the most popular shells out there right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to back up to 40. Actually, let's do the number 5 at 20 first, and then we'll back up to 40. So next is Longbeard XR number 5s at 20. Alright, so that was the Longbeard XR number 5s. You can see I'm a little bit to the left. I didn't adjust my point of aim to the right like I did on the last one. I adjusted it a little bit higher. I just need to go a little to the right at 20 yards. That's still a dead bird. A lot of room for error right there though. It's still pretty tight. It's the number 5 at 20 yards. Alright, so those first shots were with the Remington Ventilator 655. So now I'm going to swap it out for the Carlson Longbeard in 660. Shoot it again at 20, both those shells again at 20, and see what we come up with there, okay? Alright, so that was the Longbeard XR number 6 and the Carlson's Longbeard choke. 20 yards. You can see it went to my regular point of aim, which I shouldn't have again. Shot low to the left. And if you'll notice, every round I've shot out of that gun has been low left. Like I said, these are shotguns. That's why we do this. We got to figure out how that gun shoots. This gun shoots low left. So I'm going to have to remember that every time in the woods and compensate for that. Now that turkey's dead at 20 yards, but there's a lot of margin for error right there. 20 yards, he could be missed. He ducks his head one way or the other, it's going to be close. I mean, there's still, I don't know, a dozen or more in the vertebrae. Alright, so that was a Longbeard XR number 5s at 20 yards with the Longbeard choke. I adjusted, and I came a hair missing that turkey. He's still a dead turkey. There's over, I don't know, there's probably 20 or more in the vertebrae in the neck area. But the majority of that load get to the right. And then when you're shooting these tight chokes and these loads that shoot real tight, that's going to happen. That's why we got to shoot these guns in. I'm not going to shoot that one again. I know what I did on that one. A little bit too much to the right. I still need to compensate to the right, but not quite that much. So what we're going to do is move back to 40. Start over again, but we're going to use the Longbeard choke first at 40, and then we'll go back to the 655 ventilator at 40. All right, Longbeard XR number 6s, Carlson choke, 40 yards. All right, that was the number 6s at 40 yards with the Carlson choke. Kind of hard to see, I know. You can see a little better on the back. It's a dead turkey. Still a little low and to the left though. There's 5 in the head and probably another 8, 9, 10 in the spine. So, I mean, that's a dead turkey at 40 yards. All right, so let's try the number 5s at 40, XR number 5s. All right, that was the number 5s at 40 yards with the Carlson 660. I don't know if you could see in the video, but the wind was moving that target. It was kind of blowing in and out. I've got it on some strings strung across between 2 trees. So that's, I mean, that could kind of simulate a turkey walking. This would be a dead turkey. This is not a very good shot, but there's a little high. Still there's 7, 8, 9, 10 in the head. Another 5, 6 in the neck. But it did shoot a little high. I don't know if it was because of that swinging or if I just held too high, but it still would have been a dead turkey. All right, now we're going to shoot the Longbeard XR 6s at 40 yards with the 655 ventilator. Alright guys, when I got home and started editing this video, I realized I didn't show the target from the Longbeard XR number 6s out of the 655 ventilator at 40 yards. It's a pretty good pattern. It's probably hard to see in this light. It's a killer pattern at 40. Looks like it may be a little too tight. It kind of seems like it may have blew the pattern a little bit. The 660 seems a little bit tighter at 40. But either one of them be good huntable patterns at 40. So since I got the 660 in, I'm going to shoot the number 9 Federals at 40 yards. I'm not going to shoot them out of the ventilator choke because it's not rated for heavy shot. It's a lead only choke. I'm not going to take any chances and try to shoot it through it. So I'm going to shoot it at 40 through the Carlson choke, which is rated for heavy shot, and we'll see what it does. Federal TSS number 9s, 40 yards. Alright, so that was the Federal number 9 TSS load out of the 660 Carlson's Longbeard choke. It's hard to see, but them jokers, if you can see the back of the paper, every square inch of the paper has just about a pellet hole in it at 40 yards. There's a few gaps in it. I would not hesitate at all to shoot that load at 40 yards. Now I'm not going to shoot it at 20. I know it's going to be super tight at 20. No way around it. Even with the way the Longbeard shot at 40 or at 20. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know it's going to be super tight. Those shells are close to $10 a round. If you're like me, you don't like just shooting them for fun. But from what I see there, I wouldn't hesitate hunting with those shells. Especially all the other reviews out there for those shells. The TSS, you know, is close to 60% heavier than a regular lead. So we're talking, shooting a number 9 is probably equivalent to a number 5, they say, as in energy downrange. So I like that. All those loads seem to be pretty good loads. They all shot pretty good. As far as hunting patterns, I'm probably going to stick with the 6s, XR 6s, or these Federal number 9s. The 5 shot a good pattern too. I just didn't like the 40-yard pattern. They seem to spread out a little more. Probably do need to shoot it again just to check, because I was a little high and to the right on that. All in all, it told me a lot about what this gun is capable of, what these chokes are. At 20 yards, and you better be on him with either one of those chokes, because either one of those shells, it's putting a close to baseball size hole through the paper. So you can imagine what that'll do to a turkey at 20 yards. But you better be on him, because if not, you're going to miss him. Out here at 40, you got a little more leeway. Like I said, this gun consistently shoots low left. So, I'm having to adjust for that, and trying to remember that in the heat of the moment could hinder you. If you don't remember and you're out here, you miss one, it's all on you if you've done your homework, and I think that's a big part of it. You can go out and kill turkeys, just buy a gun, some shells, go out, call a turkey in and kill it. Anybody can do that, but to do it consistently takes practice. You got to know your gun, know your equipment, and that's what we're out here doing. Like I said, this is my backup gun. I don't shoot it all the time, but I do have friends that'll come down, and this will be the gun they shoot, and I want them to be able to have the best opportunity they can to kill one. So I need to know what this gun will do and what it won't do. So today I got a pretty good idea of what it can do. So hopefully this year we'll get to lay some gobblers down, hopefully get some on video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have some turkey hunts coming up real soon. Only got about a month left till season comes in. Got the first 5 days off. Got a buddy of mine coming in from Arkansas. We're going to try to finish out his slam. He just needs the Osceola, and hopefully we can get it done. Hopefully I can put him on one. Alright guys, thanks for watching.